Welcome to the fourth English news program of the People's Army newspaper. I'm Minh Anh, and here's the major news of the month. Party, state government, and the National Assembly leaders' foreign relations activities. Minister Ngô Xuân Lịch was with Central Military Hospital 108. Chief of the General Staff of the Lao People's Army visits Vietnam. General Secretary of the Communist Party of Vietnam, Nguyễn Phú Trọng, arrived in Paris on March the 25th, beginning a three-day state visit to France at the invitation of President Emmanuel Macron.
The visit is meaningful to both countries, as the two countries are celebrating the 45th anniversary of the bilateral diplomatic ties establishment and the 5th anniversary of the Vietnam Front strategic partnership. It also showed Vietnam's efforts in building a firm partnership with France to serve as a bridge between France and the Asia-Pacific region. After the France visit, General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng pays an official visit to Cuba from March the 28th to the 31st.
From March the 22nd to 24th, President of the Republic of Korea Moon Jae-in and his spouse paid a state visit to Vietnam at the invitation of President Trần Đại Quang.
At the meeting, the two senior leaders stressed the significance of peace, safety and freedom of navigation and aviation in the East Sea or South China Sea. They also agreed that all disputes should be solved by peaceful means in line with the Declaration on the Conduct of Parties in the East Sea, DOC, and international law, including the 1982 UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. Both sides agreed to enhance cooperation in various fields, particularly security, defense industry, economics, trade and environment. Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc and his entourage paid official visits to New Zealand and Australia and attended the ASEAN-Australia Special Summit from March the 12th to the 18th. During his three-day visit to New Zealand, Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc held talks with his New Zealander counterpart Jacinda Ardern, delivered a keynote speech at the Vietnam-New Zealand Business Forum, paid a courtesy visit to Speaker of the New Zealand House of Representatives Trevor Mallard, and met with Vietnamese expats in New Zealand. In Australia, Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc and his Australian counterpart Malcolm Turnbull signed a joint statement on the establishment of the Vietnam-Australia Strategic Partnership, bringing the bilateral relations to a new height and created a new momentum for cooperation. At the signing ceremony, the two prime ministers vowed to boost bilateral cooperation in all fields and witnessed the signing of various important deals. Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc then attended the ASEAN-Australia Special Summit in Sydney. On the sidelines of the event, the Vietnamese Prime Minister had bilateral meetings with heads of some ASEAN countries' delegations. Chairwoman of the National Assembly Nguyễn Thị Kim Ngân attended the 138th Inter-Parliamentary Union Assembly and related meetings in Geneva, Switzerland from March the 24th to the 25th. Earlier, IPU President Gabriela Cuevas Baron had invited the Vietnamese chairwoman to attend and make a speech at the IPU 138. At the plenary session, Chairwoman Nguyễn Thị Kim Ngân made an important speech highlighting Vietnam's view on international migration, saying that the country supports legal migration, particularly labor migration, while resolutely fighting illegal migration.
Defense Minister Ngô Xuân Lịch visited Central Military Hospital 108 on March the 27th.
Briefed on the hospital's recent test performance, General Lịch highly appreciated the hospital's achievements over the past time, especially its success in conducting the first transplant of lung from a brain-dead person in Vietnam. He asked the hospital staff to promote scientific research as well as international cooperation to apply modern techniques and skills to its health examination and treatment so as to better serve the military and people. On March the 20th, Senior Lieutenant General Phan Van Giang, Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army and Deputy Defense Minister, met with his Lao counterpart Suvan Luongbumi in Hanoi. During the talks, the two sides discussed regional and international issues of mutual concern and emphasized the importance of enhancing the special solidarity and friendship between Vietnam and Laos. They underlined the cooperation between the two militaries in preventing hostile forces' efforts to undermine the special solidarity between the two countries. They agreed that bilateral defense cooperation has effectively contributed to tightening the time-honored friendship, special solidarity, and comprehensive cooperation between the two parties, states, and peoples. The following day, Senior Lieutenant General Suvan Luongbumi visited Border Guard Technical School 1 and his adoptive mother, Mrs. Ngô Thị Hùng, in Bắc Giang Province. In a moving atmosphere, General Suvan Luongbumi stressed that the good care and support of Mother Hùng and other local people for him and Lao students those days vividly demonstrate the special solidarity and unbreakable and faithful friendship between Vietnam and Laos.
This is the end of the news program this month. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.